Friends, I create every video for several hours a day. Let's get 500 likes on this video. Afghan women dressed in ordinary clothes use a public library before the Taliban rule, 1950. Transportation of kerosene, 1890. Unloading of an icebreaker ferry on Lake Baikal, 1903. Medical detachment in Mukden, 1905. Dogs carry a wounded man, 1944. Two men play tennis on the wings of a biplane, 1920. Delivery of a Mercedes-Benz donated by Hitler to King Tribhuvan of Nepal, 1939. A German policeman receives signals from the radio equipment he carries on his back, while his colleague writes a message in a notebook. Around 1925. Tank and carrier pigeon, 1914 to 1918. World Youth Festival, 1957. The year is 1961. The Norelco Auto Mignon tape recorder. Norelco is a company owned by Philips, designed for small vinyl records. From left to right, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, the 29th President of the United States, Warren Harding, and businessman Garvey Firestone, 1921. Permanence is a 1938 hair curler. One session of electric curlers cost $1. Representation of the natives on Coney Island, 1905. Young couple from Korea, 1904. Cheyenne Indian woman, Oklahoma, 1890 to 1904. Dating service, circa 1901. American immigrants to the West discovered that their population consisted mainly of men, so they had to search for wives through ads. This method proved to be effective. Slave cages, Alexandria, Virginia, circa 1865. Slaves were kept in similar cages and pens, awaiting sale at auctions. A survivor of the Hindenburg airship disaster smokes a cigarette, 1937. On May 6th, the Hindenburg airship, engulfed in flames, fell to the ground. Medical audience, 1910. Students and staff at a lesson at the Gilbert Anatomical Theater. During the First World War, the Belgian military used dogs to transport guns, 1914. 18-year-old waitress Bonnie Elizabeth Parker before she met her Clyde Barrow. USA, 1928. In 1936, athlete Jesse Owens beat a racehorse in the 90M race. Sean Connery and James Bond's Aston Martin in 1965. Sean Connery signs a coconut for a little fan from Jamaica. Manhattan, USA, 1964. Sigmund Freud poses during the production of his own bust by sculptor Oscar Nemov. Vienna, the First Austrian Republic, 1931. The wedding of members of the Ku Klux Klan, United States, Washington, June 16, 1926. Princesses Elizabeth and Margaret read an address to the children of England, 1940. The British field darkroom during the Eastern War. Crimea, the Russian Empire, 1855. Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung relax with friends after a sauna, 1907. The most famous pickpockets of St. Petersburg. The photo was taken by order of the chief of the criminal police. Princess Zinaida Nikolaevna Yusupova. The outfit for the ball. 1903, the most beautiful noblewoman of her time, with one of the most interesting fates. Members of a club called the Tubing Society relax on a warm summer day. Seattle, 1953. Wedding photo of Grace Kelly and the Prince of Monaco. Sunday morning in Chicago, 1941. John F. Kennedy celebrates Halloween at the White House, USA, 1963. Animals at War, Belgium, 1914. Belgian light artillery, towed by dog sleds during a border battle. Challenger Muhammad Ali is trolling Joe Frazier, 1971. Soldiers repair a locomotive in 1945. David Hilton's family wants to show off their own organ, but they don't want to show off their poor house, Nebraska, 1887. Adolf Hitler allows a frostbitten soldier not to raise his hand in greeting. The girl who lost her eyesight after the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, 1945. Japanese women hide their faces in the courtroom. African gold mine workers. Hitler and Goebbels sign autographs at the Olympic Games, 1936. Dustin Hoffman and Byrne, 1969. USA, California, 1952. Parking near the beach. The quagga is an extinct subspecies of the Burchell zebra. The only quagga was photographed alive at the Zoological Society of London in 1870. Turkish Cavalry Division. A girl on the ruins of a bombed house in England, 1940. A crowd of mostly African Americans mourning the death of Abraham Lincoln outside the courthouse in Vicksburg, Mississippi, 1865. The unfinished Washington Monument, due to the termination of funding, 1857-75. The crowd during the first World Series of Games in New York, 1912. The back of the Hoover Dam, just before it was submerged, 1936. The privates on board the American ship received the news of Japan's surrender, 1945. Fidel Castro visits a U.S. military camp, 1959. African Americans protest against the Vietnam War during the Peace March in Harlem, 1967. Frank Sinatra fell off his chair laughing, 1965. The Eunuch of the Imperial Palace, Beijing, 1949. Federico Caprilli demonstrates the skills of his horse at the prestigious Italian Cavalry School, 1906. Japanese troops wearing gas masks and rubber gloves during a chemical attack, the Second Battle of Shanghai, 1937. Pink Floyd at the Fillmore, November 1967. Women's curling team, 1903. Pine nut harvesting, Baikal region. Early XX century, a bump is knocked down from the cedars with a blow of a giant hammer, Kalat Baden. The Syrian cavalry, 1940. Sikorsky on his snowmobile, 1913. Sikorsky at the wheel. He usually tested his designs himself. American military paratroopers in training. Fort Benning Military Base, 1940. I will not announce the following photos. Just enjoy, and you can also read the caption to the photo from below. Don't forget to like it. I'm trying very hard. Friends, don't forget to subscribe. This is very important to me, and I feel more motivated to create such videos.